Greetings, this is Atma Bodha. Today is January 15th, 2022. The title of today's podcast is Episode 49, God Wants You to Be Wealthy. There's not going to be any written portion today. It's all going to be ad-lib. So let's get started. First of all, why does God want you to be wealthy? Well, for the very simple reason that you are already wealthy. Internally, you have a spirit, an unlimited potential, and that in turn is wealth. You can't be more wealthy than to have that abundance of spirit, that abundance of love, and have an unlimited source of truth to tap into. And so in the physical, biological reality, having this mentality is naturally going to attract into your life an abundance of resources. To not believe in this is to actually limit yourself and to limit your potential. Many spiritual people seem to be under the misguided notion that having money is somehow evil or it's tainted or impure, and all of these are wrong. Money and material wealth is not anything negative. It is a neutral tool. The only thing bad about such things can be your attachment to it. You don't want to make money the be-all, end-all of life. That's not who you are at heart. Be in the world, but not of the world. What does that mean? That means that you have this unlimited potential within you, which means that you are unlimited, but the material world is limited because there is a finite amount of material resources. Material reality has limitations. It's not immortal. It's not eternal. You do have perishable aspects of material reality as far as resources. There's only a certain number of trees in the world. Yes, you can replant them. There's only a certain amount of gold on planet Earth. And so these concepts, of course, mean that everything in the material world is limited, but the characteristics within you, the spiritual characteristics, the unlimited characteristics, don't have these limitations. And the beautiful thing about it is that it's a magnetic quality. It's a fusing, radiating quality that once you have awakened your heart and once you have that inspired mind, you have this unstoppableness that's innate within you. So what does that mean? That means that you can create an unlimited amount of productivity. And productivity in turn can be translated into resources. It's completely beneficial to everyone for the good people to be wealthy. Because if you do not accumulate wealth and material resources, then the wicked definitely are. And do you really want Earth to be ruled by the wicked? No, of course you don't. You want good people to have the resources because we can do such good things with these resources. Namely, we can build centers all across the world. We can use these resources to spread enlightening knowledge to help awaken and inspire people. We can use these resources to help protect the weak and the oppressed. We can use these resources to promote inspired individualism and exceptionalism and excellence, and so that people can be free of this bondage that society tries to impose upon everyone. Universities today have knowledge. They have material knowledge. You can learn about science, you can learn about philosophy and language and mathematics and social sciences, and there's a great body of knowledge. But one aspect of universities today is a deficiency in wisdom. They don't confer enlightenment upon anyone. Anyone can get an MBA or a PhD if you have enough intelligence, and many times you don't even need a great deal of intelligence. Just being able to work hard enough and pay your tuition fees, and they churn people out with these degrees like they are factories. But one thing that they cannot do is make people enlightened. And once you are enlightened, you realize that what you have is something that everybody needs, but they don't know it yet. It's what everybody wants, but they don't know it yet. Everybody would love to not have to suffer anymore, to not have to endure the ups and downs of life, but to instead be experiencing bliss and love all the time. That's what everybody wants. Now, isn't that the best use of resources, to be able to use them to spread this positive and inspiring message? Of course it is. Can you imagine if we can have, instead of just material universities, but institutions whereby people can come in and actually reach that next level of human, where they can learn the knowledge and technique to be able to transcend the limitations of the mind and reach a place whereby you can have this impenetrable mind that's always swimming in the sea of bliss and have a heart that's always awakened to unconditional love. These are the ideals. This is the birthright for humanity. And this is all available to you. But to reiterate, God wants you to be wealthy, because the ultimate wants the good people to have the material power. They don't just want the people that want to rule by division and fear to have material power. No. And the best way to prevent their rule is by giving that power and those resources to the good people. Now, of course, there is always a balance. Attachment is a real danger. People, once they have a considerable amount of money, they start to get attached. And people can forget who they are, that they are more than their body, that they are more than whatever amount of material resources that you can accumulate. You are more than that. And when we start identifying with what money can buy us, and we measure ourselves by our material possessions, then that is where we are coming from a limited place. And so, again, the ideal perspective is to use money as a tool for good. We don't collect money because we feel incomplete without it. We don't invest wisely because of a desire to have money? No. It's because of the aspiration of wanting a better future for everyone. To be able to build beautiful things, inspirational things that can uplift the hearts and minds of everyone. To commission artists to compose masterpieces of inspiration. To recruit musicians that can craft songs that can, through music, enlighten and inspire by spreading these teachings of truth. To create retreat centers whereby people can escape their hardship and suffering and the pressures of material life and come to a tranquil island of enlightenment, majesty, and wonder. You have amusement parks like Disneyland and Magic Mountain, and around the world, places that people go to for superficial amusements and roller coaster rides. Wouldn't it be great if there were places where people can come and become enlightened, where their lives can be forever changed through this symbiosis of with unconditional love, universal truth, and to have this empowerment be a permanent fixture in their life, where it can also be a fun place of community and relationships and meeting people of like minds. Well, all these wondrous possibilities of building community and creating something that can last for hundreds of years into the future, these require resources. Without the funds, these things cannot manifest into the physical. Being spiritual is one thing, and your enlightenment of yourself is one thing. But wouldn't it be great if, just like universities are factories of degrees, that we can be factories of enlightened people, where people can come in through one door and exit the other door, a renewed, revitalized, reborn individual, grounded in the objective truths with a transformed mind that's uplifted and in permanent communion with the ultimate. Right now, there's nothing like this on planet Earth. And there will be, because this vision exists. It's time for a new era, a new beginning. And the foundation that the philosophic principles ingrained within the ultimate truth that makes this possible. And this is just the very, very beginning. You are worthy of wealth. You are worthy of experiencing your dreams coming true and paradise on earth happening. We all are worthy of that. It's time to break free of the old paradigm and to build something new. Enlightenment is for everyone. Everyone can access this fairly easily. It's just a matter of removing the self-limiting beliefs and replacing it with a foundation that is rooted in objective truth. Let's talk about some secrets of wealth. And that can be summed up in one word: abundance. What does abundance mean? Abundance means more than enough. If you can believe this word as being a characteristic of who you are, abundance, that means you're going to be creating more than enough for yourself, more than enough love, more than enough money, and not just for yourself, but for everyone. The main problem of society today is this scarcity mindset. People think that there's not enough, and consequently, they're creating for themselves not enough, or just barely enough. And this is a prison. Don't be coming from the place of lack. Come from the place of abundance. Because if you're not coming from a place of abundance, you are creating for yourself a disempowered reality. The concept of abundance is not only on a spiritual and internal level. The concept of abundance is also on a material level. Why does attachment exist? Attachments exist because of the scarcity mindset. If you truly believed that there was more than enough, guess what? You wouldn't be attached anymore. You wouldn't be attached because you would know that there's more than enough. Not only more than enough for you, but more than enough for everyone else. And how can you be attached if you really believe that there was more than enough? That is the key. That's the secret key to wealth, is believing that there's more than enough. And that's how you keep yourself safe from attachment. Because how could you believe deep down that there's more than enough and yet still be attached to materials, things, biological things? You can't be. Because you realize that the place that you're coming from, this place of unlimitlessness, that means also, besides unlimited love and unlimited truth, unlimited money, unlimited resources, unlimited power, unlimited influence. And you don't need to chase after anything, because having this mindset makes you like a magnet for these things to come to you. Believe in the power of the ultimate truth, this one living truth that is working through you and helping to create for yourself and others the ideal lifestyle that you want to create. And the more you're coming from this place, the more you're going to want to build something bigger than you. Something that can influence not only the lives of a few, but the lives of millions. The bigger that we think, the bigger the goals that we set, the bigger that we can achieve. And that is powerful. It's just as easy to dream big as it is to dream small. But instead of getting small rewards, you get big rewards. So let's dream big, because you are big. You are already big. You do not realize how big you are. Instead of living small, live large. And that means every aspect of your life, spiritually, emotionally, and materially. This is Atma Bodha signing off. Until tomorrow, have a fantastic day.